So it was really this very, very prescriptive goal that I set for myself, that I would get pregnant before my 40th birthday.
I think I swing back and forth on the pendulum a lot as to, wow, wouldn't that be the most amazing thing to, oh my God, how could I do that? And what would that do to me as a person? And would I just die inside, or would I thrive and love it?
I had an Irish setter, and I was such a bad, even a dog mother. I had no patience. And I'd come in drunk, and she'd have eaten a chair, and I'd just blow my stack, just the way my mother did. And I thought, no way can I have kids. My little guy, Jazz, my little girl, Hala, and the big boy, Ulysses, you know? So that's the family, and I guess we all get together pretty well. They all do what I tell them.
Being a single mom is way more than twice as hard as being a mom with a partner. It's maybe 4 or 5 times harder.
I know that if I were to decide to have a child, then that pendulum would have to stop swinging. I'd have to make that decision. I'd have to be there. And that's exciting and scary. And I don't know where I'm going to go from here at this point.
So we were one of those families that looked perfect from the outside, but once the doors closed, it was a pretty weird family inside. My mom didn't have much patience with children. I think stuffed children would have been better because they would have done exactly what she wanted.
My mom died when I was really young, and my father got remarried. I took care of my mom because she was ill, and then she died, and then all my life I've taken care of my dad. It meant that I was never a child at all.
My family was the typical nuclear family growing up. 2 kids, 2 parents. My dad really had a hands-off approach. He used to say to my mom, let them be their own person. Even though I know that that's how he felt, he was also very judgmental.
My dogs are my family, and they are going to get the very best care I can possibly give them. They're the ones who are around when I'm not happy. They're the ones who are around when I'm really happy.
It's beyond any kind of love that you'll ever know. It's just, you know, you would die for this thing, this baby, this entity. It's, you know, it's like the baby throws up all over you and you're like completely grateful.
When I was in that place of totally falling in love with him, and he said, you know, I have a daughter. And what do you think about that? I remember saying to him, no problem. Since then, I can say that I've really eaten my words, because it's not no problem. It's a really, really challenging, different type of family than the nuclear family to be a step parent. And it's not something I think anyone grows up thinking, when I grow up, I'm going to be a stepmom.
I actually did get pregnant, and before I was 6 weeks pregnant, it was all over. And I had to make that decision. It wasn't a decision that was a great decision, but it was the right decision. I would have killed the kid later if I hadn't killed it then.
Your life changes completely once you have a child. Sort of the pragmatics of being an adult then come into play, and I still struggle with that. I don't feel like I'm an adult at all. I mean, I feel like I am still a child in a lot of ways, which is probably not too good for my own child.
I guess it's that starting with a new slate and working with that new slate and helping to create that person. And I don't think I have this feeling that, wow, I want to create a person of my own. But when you do step in the middle of something, it's different than starting from scratch.
The biggest challenge of not having kids is facing the fact that in another year or so, I will have no family. People talk about chosen families, and I have really good friends, but my experience is that they have families and grandchildren, and when it's time to go to their grandchildren, they're off.
I guess I'm worried about the whole planet. And I think we're at this place where we don't even know what we're doing to the planet, and we're just blindly going ahead and making more babies and making more everything, and progress, and I just don't think we necessarily should be doing that.
No matter how scary or painful or difficult it is, it's, I think, the most important thing on one level that you can do to change the world. You can help one person grow up with a consciousness that then can, create art, save the planet, whatever it is that you are hoping for.
There's so much that the wilderness can teach us about ourselves. There's no yes or no answer out there in terms of when you should go, what's safe, there's so much gray zone there.
One of the reasons that I can be as good a mom as I am is because I've done so many things in my life already for myself that having a child is not my self-definition at all.
I don't regret the choice I made to not have children. But I do find that I love children now. I just adore the kids who are my surrogate grandchildren down in Latin America, and I want to be with them. I'm at the top of my game now. I'm having fun. And it's time to do everything, absolutely everything.
Kids are just so amazing. It's like, okay, right, this is why I'm doing it. It's to make this kid this happy.
No matter what I choose, I'm gonna go at it with all my heart. So as much as it's a big question for me, I don't feel like I have to answer it or that I'm going to make a wrong or a right decision. I think it's the dilemma of two really good choices, because life will be rich no matter which one I make.